Yokoso Otaku, today we are looking at a little game that just recently released called Adventure Academia: The Fractured Continent. This is a very cute little anime styled strategy RPG, but it threw me for a loop, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't really tell you what the premise of the story is because I don't completely understand it. I think you're like a wizard boy who's finding out he has some sort of control over these orbs, and like many other games, you gotta collect stuff and save the world. There's all these little special fairies that are floating around and stuff like that. In this one, it's really a lot about the gameplay. So I don't play a lot of strategy RPGs. This one, in a lot of ways, really kind of shredded me apart. I felt like I wasn't really sure how to build my team and what to do with it, and really how these mechanics work. I'm used to a strategy RPG setup where you have kind of a little portal like Disgaea, you know, where you can summon your characters and your party up. This one has kind of a twist to that in the way that you have a main character and they can't even like fight or anything at all, period. There's a little like SP bar that's over on the corner of the screen, and the idea is that you build your SP levels up, and it happens as time goes by and multiplies more as you fight more, and you spend those points to either bring characters out, to level yourself up so that you can bring more characters out, or by increasing the rank of your party members, making them more powerful and more sustainable in the battles. Along with that, you can also use your SP gauge to cast magic spells. Each character has their own different and unique powerful spell, anywhere from AoE damage to healing for your team. I would be remiss to say that I wasn't getting just completely eaten alive by this game, and I found out really quickly that a big reason why is because I didn't have any healers on my team. For some reason, I focused on AoE and ranged and warrior types, and I had no healers. And as the game progresses, starts off kind of easy and then it goes off a cliff with the difficulty. One thing that is helpful about the game is that if you want to speed up time, you can press a button. It will increase the speed of the game by about 2 times, making the beginning part a little bit faster to build your SP up. Like I said, it does build up over time. It also has a function where when you go to switch to another character, you can kind of pick them up and move them anywhere you want to within reason around your main character. And that's also kind of a strategic thing that you really kind of have to plan. Make sure that when you're going around a corner, you're moving your characters so that they're ahead of your character for the front line, and the back line goes behind them, and then kind of keeping the healers centric, because the healers need to be in an area with the characters in order to get the healing on them. They can't heal from like super far off. To go along with all the fighting mechanics that happens in between the levels, you can do a fairly robust system that helps you level up and kind of create your characters. The whole game is kind of based around a school system, so a lot of this is changing your classes that you want to do. And by changing the classes, your characters will get different skills. They'll be able to power up more. You can also take on what they call homework assignments, which spends a special currency that you gain by fighting and increases the skill power of your characters and gives them kind of different bonuses, like bonuses to critical attacks or magic power and such. So along with being able to recruit characters and take your characters to higher levels to become more powerful, have more utility on your team, you're also able to go to a weapons and items shop, and you're able to buy a variety of different equipment which you can put on your characters. They kind of leave it pretty open-ended. You have 1 slot that's for weapons, you have 2 slots that are for literally anything else. So it could be a combination of anything from boots to clothing to accessory items. Now, it could be entirely me, but I found this game to be extremely grind heavy past a point. In fact, basically once you get to the first boss, I had to spend a very significant amount of time trying to work on crafting my characters. Things do not come that easy for you. And one of the big downsides to this game that I found was kind of this monotonous repeating of levels over and over again to try to craft your characters to where they need to be to overcome the challenges that are headed your way. There's recommended levels for each of the levels, but they really seem to not mean anything to me at a certain point. Some of them said like level 10. My characters had to be like level 15 to beat that level. Again, this could be entirely just because I'm not skillful enough in knowing what I need to be doing. Really, I do find that to be like a big handicap. I haven't been able to check out all of the options, but there is like an extras menu where you can buy a crap load of DLC. A lot of it is going to be that kind of predatory DLC that people aren't liking. You can get extra characters and you can get extra levels and kind of quests that you can take on in the game. And honestly, I think there's items and stuff that you can also purchase with real life money that helps you out in the game and maybe makes it a little bit easier, as there's no like difficulty sliders or difficulty adjustments that you can make in the game from what I found. On the plus side of everything though, I do find it very graphically appealing. The backgrounds and the character art were absolutely fantastic. I really do like the whole kind of general vibe that this game gives off. The levels are interesting enough. There's nothing really to write home about with this one, but there is a lot of stuff that you will enjoy. The music is pretty fair, I guess, for what you would find standard for these kind of games. Nothing over the top, but nothing terrible as well. All the VO is in Japanese, so you definitely want to be prepared for that. There's a lot of text, a lot of reading, and there's no English people to go with it. I didn't really find a problem with it, though. I thought it was pretty fine, and most of the characters are kind of funny. The VOs are decent enough, really. They're not terrible. Now, this game is not only on the Nintendo Switch, but it's also on the PC on Steam, and if you go to the Steam page, you're going to see that it is overwhelmingly negative, but you're not going to find any English reviews for it. That's because this game had previously been out in Japan, and I guess on the PC side of it, people were having some problems with the controls and some of the other kind of features in the game. The Japanese audience, it really didn't resonate with them well, and that's why you're seeing those negative reviews. Honestly, I think you should just check out the gameplay and see if this something is interesting to you. I think playing it on the Switch and having it mobily is a huge help. I like to just kind of play and casually play it in bed, grind up my levels, have a little bit of fun before I go to bed for the night. It's nothing really overly robust. I don't think it's going to be the big game that sucks you in this year, but it is a very good casual, fun time that you might find some enjoyment with if you do like these kind of games and you do like things that are challenging. Also, if you're more skilled than me, which you very may well be, it might be a little easier and you may make progress faster than me, which I think would really help out keeping an interest level with the game. I'm Dre with the Otaku. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, hit the thumbs down and subscribe for more anime news, reviews, and video games. I will catch you on the next one. Adventure Academia! That's how we're starting the video. You don't like that?